Hey, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey. Hi.
We have... Well, nope. Everybody's not here. Bum, bum, bum.
We had some people here.
Yeah. So
Those
welcome,
who have
welcome.
survived.
Welcome to Attack of Opportunity. We play D&D here on Sundays. There's usually 5 players and 1 DM. Today there will be 3 players and 1 DM. As 2 have passed on. Who wants to... I am Trey. We have today with us Mikey playing Gror, Zahrt playing Nain, Colleen playing Bones. And who wants to do the recap this week?
We got to have Mikey do it. I tried to do it last week in Mikey's fashion.
Okay.
He's got to get back to form here.
All right.
So, first things first. I wasn't even here last week, but I did watch the episode, so I know what happened, and I know why there's ghosts in the corners down there. All right, so we were in the castle, and we met that lady. What's her name?
Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. And she was very conveniently loaded with a bunch of very specific plot items that we needed, which was pretty awesome. And then we went and we blew up the heart. Was like, and then so after the heart, we were still there, and we went to the vault. Maybe I skipped something in the middle there. But mostly we went to the vault, where we found him being Strahd. And he said some sassy shit, and then we fought him in a very small room where he turned into mist and fucked us up pretty good and dropped a fireball, and y'all did some cool attacks. And Nain was all enraged, or was charmed, wasn't it?
Charmed.
And like somebody
he
jumped
was
on
charmed for a
you,
bit.
and you were like fighting me. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on. You were fighting everybody. And then some zombies came, and also maybe some bats. Yeah, because you were you skewered the bats.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the fireball happened, and that pretty much ruined everybody's day. And Chelsea and Emily, I think both went down at that, and I did too, right? And then I don't remember exactly what happened. Somehow Nain goes down, or Bones had to run away and go save the day somehow, which was very stressful, and she did it. And then somehow you carried me out, and then the world disappeared, and now we're back in Happy Town again. Wow, I got very. It's just filled with questions.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close.
Okay. All right, good.
All right. So I have the end. I have the end of that pretty filled in for you. If you want me to go my way.
Yeah.
Okay. So last time you guys found yourselves here, you found yourselves needing to have your epic fight against Strahd. It was the 5 of you and Esmeralda, who had actually basically expended herself, helping you defeat the Heart of Darkness, and Ismark, all working together to defeat Strahd and end his dominion over Barovia. In doing so, you'd save Irina and free yourselves and everyone else from this horrible, horrible place that is Barovia. So you guys fought amazingly well. What?
I just remembered something that I forgot. But keep going. I think we're going to get there.
Okay. You guys fought amazingly well. And so when you were faced with wave after wave of Strahd's minions and Strahd taking shots at you in between all of it, the battle ended up turning when Strahd, just fed up with the fight, let loose a fireball in the middle of the room. To his surprise, Bones emerged from the flames, running straight for him, and grabbing the sun sword on the way. She thrust the blade into him with all the strength and rage that she could muster, screaming the entire time, while he was distracted by an attack from Nain. Strahd turned into mist in front of the eyes of both Bones and Nain as Esmeralda shouted to you, "Quickly, we must kill him where he sleeps." Bones immediately turned and sprinted down the staircase to finish the task. Nain was left behind to survey the damage of the fight and the fireball. Found Ani, Rhiannon, and his father Gror had gone down and were unconscious, all barely clinging to life. He ran to help his father, but found himself just struck with shock, holding on to his body. By the time Esmeralda came back into the room, she quickly ran over to aid Rhiannon, and having sent Bones down the stairs, Esmeralda tries to stabilize Rhiannon and held her and watched as life slipped from her eyes and she died. Not wasting much time for tears at that point, Esmeralda immediately runs over to Ani, and just as she began to take her last breaths, watched her too slip and die.
So Esmeralda's bad luck.
Esmeralda's terrible luck. She began to weep uncontrollably and pray, and there was some mercy provided by the gods in that Gror stabilized and was not actively dying. Bones,
Thanks, Martin.
Meanwhile, found herself dropping down into a hole in the floor at the bottom of the staircase. She learned later that it had been created by Ismark. She found his bloody, dismembered body in a cold, dark room full of coffins.
That's what I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, and Ismark was like flayed and like sprawled out in his guts and shit. Yeah.
Knowing that she had to finish Strahd, she found the coffin that she suspected was his. And in opening it, didn't really think to check for traps and ended up taking a poison dart.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But she found him, and there he was, the devil himself, laying lifeless, helpless, still. Bones thrust the sword into him one more time, and this time watched as Strahd's entire body turned into pure white ash.
And then she scoops him up.
She did scoop some up. I forgot where she put it, but she definitely scooped some up.
In a little apothecary bottle.
Yep, that was it. And with that, the devil Strahd was no more. As you all came back together in the vault room where you had been fighting, there was not a lot of time to grieve for those lost as the castle began to crumble around you. No longer being able to be held together by Strahd's magic, the entire place just started to come crashing down. You all scooped up Gror and ran outside. And as the castle just continued to crumble in the background, the Barovian people began to make their way up to the castle grounds and gather around you. They kind of stood in amazement at your bloodied, battered bodies as they stood there and just simply began clapping. The world became hazy, and there was one man left clapping as you suddenly found yourselves sitting at a familiar roadside campsite. You're injured. Some of you are still barely clinging to life. You've lost 2 of your friends. You all, at some point in the fight, looked death in the face, and some of you laughed. Some of you scoffed. And some of you let him overcome you. Everybody make a perception check.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. I'm at 1, I believe. I don't know if I'm like conscious. Like I think I'm just.
I let you become conscious after transporting back to the real world. You are literally at 1 hit point and conscious.
Okay. All right.
19 on a perception.
19. All right.
I also got a 19.
Well, too bad, guys, because I got a 20.
Oh, dang. It's a good thing you got that 1 hit point.
Yeah.
You all are startled as you hear behind you a voice. Excuse me, you all okay? You look affright.
I need healing.
You see behind you.
A little bit rough.
You see behind you in old.
Oh wait, I can heal myself if I'm conscious.
Okay, yeah. You see behind you a tall, thin, elderly human man. His sun is weathered and wrinkled. He's sitting on top of a cart and horse. And he's just kind of looking at you. He looks around. There's no camping equipment. You're all just kind of sitting on logs, rubbing your head like, what in the hell just happened? Yeah. Do you all need some help?
I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
And I cast, Cure Wounds on myself. And then I'm going to use a 2nd level spot to also cast Cure Wounds on myself again.
Hold on.
6. Okay, so that's 8 more. Well, now I'm at 14, so I'm not like just totally dead.
Okay.
I'm not visibly
below
bleeding
half.
anymore.
I
Okay.
definitely need help.
Okay.
Oh, I touch you, and I'll hit you with my last second slot for 13 hit points.
Hey,
Good rolls.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it.
All right.
And now I'm spent. I got nothing left.
I mean, yeah, I definitely still need help.
Mhm.
Just,
So to answer the person on the cart, yes.
yes.
Yes, we do need help, even
Okay.
after my round of healing magics. Yeah.
Okay. He says, "Well, let's get you in the cart. And the cart's empty. It's an open air just wagon, and he can help you all get up in there." And he says, "My farm is not far down the road. I'd be happy to take you in for the night." And you realize at this point that the sun is it's evening. It's kind of beginning to set. The sky is dimmed, but it's a nice clear evening.
I take a look around. Is this landscape familiar? Are we like still in Barovia, but it's just nice outside, or are we like this is back in whatever like
I think
Faerun?
we're
Whoa.
at the
Thanks for the host, Emily.
fire. I think we're at the fire that we were at before we got transported to Barovia.
Yeah, you're essentially in the exact same place you left.
Okay.
The biggest change here is that the carnival people have moved on. There's no camp here. You're just in the exact same position.
I see.
Everything the world has moved on. You have not. Essentially, is what has happened here.
Okay.
So yeah, he's offering to take you to his farm for the night, as you realize the sun is setting.
I'll look at Grower and kind of, why not? We're
At
pretty
this
beaten
point,
right now.
yeah, I'm feeling pretty bad. We had to leave our friends behind. They got crumbled in the castle. I'm not terribly happy about that.
Yeah. We could take a win right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All right. He helps you all load into the cart, and
I'll say, what's your name,
you'll
friend?
begin making your way down the road. As he gets the horses going again, he says, I'm Hab Grigsby. Grigsby. Sorry. Grigsby.
It's not Grisby?
Nope.
Grisbys?
You got the name in Twitch as Grisby.
Did I? Oh!
It's totally Grispy, yeah.
Totally Grigsby. So Grigsby.
Oh, man.
Grisby.
Well, whatever your name is, it's nice to meet you.
Hab Grigsby.
I'm Nain, son of Grower.
He says, "Well, it's very nice to make all of your acquaintances. May I ask, why are you so hurt? And what drew you to that? Where did you come from?"
I'll say, well, and then I'll recount the story in as much detail as Nain can from when we got transported to Barovia to now.
I immediately fall asleep.
Yep, sure.
All right.
So it may take 20 or 30 minutes, but...
Yeah, and that's about the time you have on the wagon ride back to his farm.
I was hoping this was before we even started leaving.
Oh no, he had already started moving.
Okay. Well, that's good.
He says, "Oh, wow, dear friends, that is quite the tale. I'm sorry to hear about your friends that you've lost.
Yes.
I've lost friends too. But I'm sure my wife has cooked something wonderful for dinner. Let's all gather and see. And as you begin pulling up, you see, as he turns off the main road and begins going down a little side road a driveway. You're making your way between a pasture, and on one side you see a whole bunch of very fine-looking cattle, large, plump, well raised. On the other side you see a bunch of sheep. Their coats are beautiful. And then you see a nice small farmhouse at the back side of the farm with some fields on the other side that seem to be growing wheat, and corn, other things that either feed crops or things that they need for themselves.
That's some fine-looking cattle.
Just thank you. I appreciate a man who recognizes fine cattle. Warms my heart.
I'd take a slab of that beef.
I've won the prize at the fair the last 5 years in a row.
Hopefully we're having beef tonight.
It's what's for dinner.
Beef. It's what's for dinner. Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on.
That sounds like a great slogan.
Yes, we should use that for an advertising campaign.
Oh, you see.
This man's been dipping into the old Toby.
Sorry. Couldn't get it back together there for a second. Okay. Oh, it's not much. The farm, gesturing to the farm. It's not much, but it's what I have. He says I do have some things I could use some help with if you're going to stay around for a day or so.
If I can sleep in your bed tonight, I will do whatever it is you need around the house.
In his bed?
Yeah, baby. You know what I mean.
He kind of eyes you.
Like
he kind of eyes you. He kind of eyes you, and he says, we have plenty of room in the barn, and it's very comfortable and clean." And as you look around the farm, and as you look around the farm, you do see that the farm is very immaculately kept. The house is well painted. Everything that needs to be trimmed is trimmed. Everything is neat, tidy, and in its place.
Huh.
Cool.
I feel like, you got a pretty decent house here. You were trying to down talk it, but it's pretty legit.
Well, thank you. Well, for any help you offer me, I'd be happy to offer you whatever we have. And he begins to list all the things that they produce at the farm: jerkies, meats, dried fruits.
Oh yeah.
He even says, "My wife Hilda, I'll have her make you a wonderful blueberry crumble pie. It's prize winning."
Well,
I'd love if you could show me to your finest daughter.
Oh, God.
At that moment, he kind of gets sad and he says,
Uh-oh.
We've never been able to have children of our own.
Well,
but it's nice when we get.
I kid.
But it's nice when we get strangers like yourselves around for a visit.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so as you pull up to what is a fairly modest farmhouse in his wagon, you see his wife standing there, and she looks up and she says, "Hab, I was beginning to worry. I was going to nix the whole fried chicken dinner, but I see you've brought company, so I guess there's no nixing dinner. It's out of the question." Says, you will join us, won't you?" She smiles and looks at you all pleasantly. She talks to him with kind of a gruff tone.
Oh, hello.
She says, if you would like to join us, we'll have a wonderful dinner out on the back porch during the sunset.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bones likes chicken.
It's time. Yeah, it's time for me to sit down and eat a good meal. And yeah. I say, do you have ale?
Grigsby looks up excitedly. He says, "Do I?"
Nice.
I said, we're drinking in celebration of our fallen friends tonight, and we will require a great deal of ale.
I don't know if the question is if they have ale, but if they have enough.
Yeah. For I am stout.
And
I like stouts.
He drops down from the cart, and he's old, but he moved down from that cart really spryly. I mean, he's a old man. Drops the reins, and he turns to his wife, and he gives her a peck on the cheek, and he says, "Love, I'm going to go get these fine gentlemen some ale. If they would help me with a couple things I have remaining around the farm, if you could go finish dinner, we'll all have a wonderful meal together."
Gentleman, huh?
And lady.
He doesn't expect you to help around.
He doesn't know how strong I am.
Doesn't know you
just
killed
killed the vampire
Yeah, he
lord.
doesn't know you just killed the vampire lord.
That is for sure. Well, yeah, he does. Didn't Nane go and say the
Oh,
whole story?
yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
told
no,
him
yeah.
everything.
Nane told him the whole story. That's a
What
good
up,
point.
man?
That's a good point. Yeah, and so they're
Does the wife have a name?
Hilda. I'm sorry.
Hilda and Hab Cripsy.
Grigsby.
Grisby.
Gripsy. Grigsy.
Can
Crispy.
you just
Grisby.
spell it?
It's in fact we're slaughtering it on purpose at this point, Colleen, but it's in fact Grisby. It's Grigsby.
So it's not Grisby, it's Grigsby.
Grigsby, yes.
Right, you just said it is in fact Grisby, G-R-I-G.
It starts with a G. That's all that I
And
really...
ends in B.
Yeah, apparently.
Mr. Grisby.
Add some letters there in the middle as you please, I suppose. And
The
just
Joneses?
kinda-
They're the Joneses.
Hab and Henrietta Jones.
Oh,
Great.
good Lord. I'm sorry. All right. So Hab comes back out of the house, and he's got in his hand 4 mugs of ale, and he says, here, and he passes them out to all of you. And he says, this is my own special recipe. And he begins chugging.
I try some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Is it any good?
Oh, yes, it is. It tastes fruity. There's some like oaky notes, and it's very sweet, but not too sweet.
Great.
Yeah.
I drink heartily.
Okay.
And sit somewhere.
Yeah.
As you begin to sit, he says, "Oh, I have there's a tree that's fallen. Maybe you strong." He looks over to Bones. Maybe you can help me with this tree.
You want me to move a tree?
I can go out and at least chop it up into more manageable moving pieces.
Oh well, work smarter, not harder, I guess.
That's right.
Sure.
So I'll down the ale and I'll say, pour another one, and I'll head out to the tree.
Yeah, I
As soon as you
follow.
say pour another one, his face just lights up, and he begins pouring and following you while pouring. And so you all head out down the path towards the back of the farm, and you see a tree across the path here. It's a large oak tree that has fallen. It's fallen across one of the fences, so the fence is broken as well. And Hab kind of looks around. And he says, "I've had to move the cattle to the front pasture because they'll get out. Obviously, or something will get in. But as soon as we can clear this tree, we can fix this fence. Dinner."
Sure.
All right.
And I get at pitter patter with the axe.
All right. All right. Go ahead and make a strength check, or you have strength check.
Okay.
Got it.
20.
20.
Hey.
All right. And so as you begin chopping, Hab kind of looks up and he says, "Whoa, he's small, but he's strong, eh?"
Say, all right, and I grab the ale and down it.
While still
Hand the
chopping.
mug back. Well, in between chops.
Okay. And Hab says, "Oh, there's plenty more where that came from."
That's a good thing.
he begins helping as well, and everybody joins in. You're all moving, chopping with tree, moving wood. So in the span of about an hour, you load up the wagon with all the wood, and, take it over the wood pile, stack it on the wood pile, all that fun stuff. And that leaves us with the fence. You're all sitting here staring at a broken fence. Go ahead and make intelligence to fix a fence.
Sure.
Bones. Yeah.
Oh, it is a 24.
24. You're all geniuses. All right. So you intuitively just kind of look at this fence and you're just like, yeah, and you just start putting it back together, and you get some rope, you tie the 2 pieces back together, and then just to secure them, and then begin like putting in like wood shims where they need to go and putting them into place, and in short order the fence is repaired. By the time all the boys have come back from stacking the wood. You've got the fence repaired, and Hab looks at you and says, "Oh, well, it's time for dinner. Well done, my dear."
Awesome.
So,
Okay, give you a high five.
I heard that high five. Can I make a special request for dinner?
Sure.
Can I of like jerky
Keep all the bones?
and preserved goods? Do you have like a jar of preserves or like jam?
So yeah. As you enter the house, Hilda asks. She says, "Do you have any special requests for dinner?" And you ask her for jam. And she says, "Oh, dearie, 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 I have jam from Emma Carter. She's the best jam maker in the entire region. Prize winning."
Emma Jams.
Emma Jams. Emma Carter Jams. And that's Carter with a D, not a T.
How do you... Oh, in the middle, not at the beginning. I was like,
Yeah.
it's not where that would go. You were talking about... Yeah, okay. Carter, not Carter.
Carter, not Carter. Yeah, Carter,
I was
not Carter.
thinking
Pronunciation is
darter.
important. Carter. I hear the difference.
Yeah, what's the name of these people? The pronunciation is important, Trey.
It's the Griswolds. It's cool.
The Griswolds. Okay. Oh, what can I do for you?
Oh, God.
As Hilda's finishing her work in the kitchen, Hab leads you all out onto the back porch and sets you down in very comfortable, handcrafted wooden chairs. And you're all sitting there, observing what is a picturesque, beautiful sunset across the back pasture as the cattle begin making their way from the front pasture back into the back pasture with the repaired fence. Hab brings you all fresh mugs of his ale. And Hilda kind of retreats out into the kitchen, and he goes to help her a little bit more. The sky is just brushed with beautiful strokes of yellow and purple and red. And you have a moment to just kind of reflect on the last 24 hours. I mean, not 3 hours ago, you were still in Barovia. It was cold, rainy. Your friends were...
So we're like sitting around the table?
Yeah.
The back porch.
I look at my companions and I raise my mug. I'm surely very drunk at this point.
Yes,
And I go on a long tirade about Moradin and righteousness and how our friends' spirits will pass into the next realms in honor and glory and blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like crying. And then I stop. And then I drink more. Just like that. In that amount of time. Like I cry for like 2 seconds. And then I stop.
Perfect.
You hear that, Chelsea and Emily? You each get 1 second of Gror crying.
That's
One tear
pretty normal.
out of each eye.
1 tear out of each eye. For my homies.
It's a lot for a dwarf.
Yeah. He can't cry again for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Only so much moisture. They did now.
They did.
They
Yeah.
did. As you all are sitting
We
there.
tried.
As you all are sitting there taking in your moment and in Gror's words and his tirade about Moradin and honor and justification.
That's about right.
Hilda begins to come up behind you with a rolling cart filled with food. Fried chicken, candied yams, creamed corn, fresh preserves, breads. It all smells fabulous. Her specialty is mixed in amongst the group. Wheat berry dinner rolls. They're wheat rolls with berries in them.
Oh, no kidding. The wheat dinner very yeah, okay. Let me guess, the blueberry pie's got blueberries in it.
Whoa!
And apples. Shut up.
Just give me a hard time. Continue. Sorry, that was a great description. I'm just sassing.
Hilda kind of looks over you, and she sees your mournful look. She claps her hands together. Let's eat.
I thought she claps her hands together.
Oh, dinner.
Yes, let us feast.
Dinner is outstanding. The fried chicken, the candied yams, the creamed corn, the preserves, all of it. Hab's home-brewed ale. You've had a lot. It's all wonderful and grand. And it's some of the best stuff you've tasted since you had left for Barovia.
So tasty.
Yum.
Bones just alternates between like chicken legs, like drumsticks, and eating herbs with a spoon. Just like out of the jar, not on anything.
Nice.
Just like jam and jam.
Hilda kind of eyes you curiously and says, "Well, my dear, you'll love the pie."
It's full of chicken and jam.
It's full of chicken and jam. We got a chicken and jam pie just for you.
Chicken jam pie. It's good stuff. Sweet and savory, just like I like it.
Chicken jam. That sounds gross.
But also, you'd try it.
Maybe I would. Yeah.
Hilda begins clearing away everything after you've all had your fill, and she's I hope you saved room for dessert, and she brings out this beautiful blueberry crumble pie. It looks like a prize-winning pie. I mean, yeah. She claims it's the best in the region.
Around here.
Oh yeah, they have prize-winning everything. And so Hilda begins to say, she says, it's nice to have company around for a change. We hardly have any visitors. And, several years ago while I was out feeding the chickens, I heard this music on the air. It was wonderful. Shortly after, a very, very handsome young elf man came walking down the road while he was playing his flute. I stopped, pitching feed, and just stood and listened to his beautiful music.
Hilda, you minx.
And then he saw me and came over to me. We started talking.
What?
Hilda begins to drink, and Hab says, he was a very nice man. It was getting close.
Sounds like a bard if I've ever heard it.
It was getting close to sunset. And so we asked him for dinner and gave him a room for the night in the barn. Hilda says, oh, yes, he was a squirrely fella. He had very fancy boots.
Were they made for knocking?
That's just what they'll do.
Hilda slaps you on the shoulder. She says, oh, be nice. He wasn't that squirrely. He was very sophisticated. And she looks over at Bones and she says, and very handsome.
Bones is like, that's cool.
He stayed in the barn. He left early, though. We never saw him again.
What a story.
That's great.
Story.
That's
So
cool.
this is pie.
Awesome.
So is it time for dessert now?
Pie on pie plate.
You guys have demolished the entire pie.
Yeah, this is 3 players not taking a DM's bait, if you were wondering.
Bones just scrapes the last preserves on top of her pie, and then just like eat.
Yes. Get it, girl.
I'll ask, what's her name, Hilda?
Yeah.
Hilda.
Hilda, you see many elves around here, or is that a kind of rare thing?
She says, every few years, someone strange passes through, and she just kind of eyes all 3 of you.
Fair.
I'm sitting there. In the corner is my chest plate with spikes coming out of it.
Yeah.
Every few years, someone strange passes through, but it's nice to have the visitors. We enjoy hearing about what's going on outside of our little farm.
Can I? Well, I'm like listening to this lady recant her stories, and there's all this magical seeming shit. Does this seem legit, or does this seem like the beginning of a horror movie where like they're actually terrifying and creepy, and we're gonna get like warped into some other? Like, I don't know. The last time I talked to some folks who were really cool and that I didn't know, I got warped off into an alternate universe and had to kill a vampire, and my friends died. So like maybe I'm just a little weary of like new strangers who are overly welcome and we're eating their
that
food
was
and
just a
stuff.
few days ago.
Yeah. Like what kind of vibes do I gather from these people?
You outwardly gather a whole lot of positive vibes. They're very nice people. They genuinely are curious about you. They want to know about you. But to make a just kind of a general feeling on the entire situation, just make a perception check on the entire thing.
Just give me a 15 for the perception.
15. You sense that nothing is amiss here. Everything seems on the up and up. They seem like genuinely nice people that just happen to have a farm out in this.
Also,
weird
I'm
spot.
drunk, so that maybe that should be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean,
it seems good.
Fine. Everything's fine. These are great people. They're very attractive.
They're
Very attractive
fuck.
people. Yeah.
Cool. Great. Super duper.
Yeah. So towards the end of dinner, the sky begins to become darker, and you hear a few howls off in the distance. And Hab just kind of looks up and he says, "There they are, those menacing beasts."
So you have much trouble with wolves around here?
We didn't used to, but I would lose maybe one cow a year. So, but lately, I've lost 2 in the last month. I have no idea what's gotten into them. It's horrible. Do you know much about wolves?
I know that they're beasts.
Well, you could do anything about the wolves. That would be helpful.
Perhaps tomorrow when I'm less drunk.
Tomorrow.
He gets laughing. He says, "We've all had far too much ale to do anything about wolves tonight, haven't we?" Oh.
Drinks more ale.
He says, "Indeed, we can put you up in the barn. Not a problem at all."
Super duper.
So after dinner, they begin gathering up blankets and pillows, whatever they can from the extra things from the house, and they lead you out into the barn. And you get out into the barn. It is indeed a very, very well kept barn. Everything's clean. The hay is neatly stacked in the corners of the stalls. There's 2 stalls in this barn, along with a hay loft, and then just kind of a working space on the other side. There's no animals. It mostly looks like it's used for tool storage, projects that need to be kept dry, hay storage, maybe a sick animal will be put up in one of these stables at some point, but it's clean. You'll be warm, comfortable for the evening. Yeah, go ahead and everybody make as Hab kind of leaves you, he says, "Well, I hope this will do. We don't have much room in the house, but keep you dry, keep you warm. The wolves won't get you in here."
Great.
And he parts. He heads back into the house and leaves you for the night.
I'm going to say to my companions, we should probably sleep in the loft so nothing can get us on the ground.
Agreed.
Okay. You'll make your way
Just
up
in
to the
case.
loft.
Yeah.
Making your way up into the loft, go ahead and as you're laying out your beds, all of you just kind of make an investigation check as you kind of like thumb through the hay and make your beds and things.
18.
18.
I didn't do nearly that good. 9.
9.
Half is good.
Yeah.
Bones and Nane, your beds are kind of next to each other, and as you're both kind of like sifting through the hay, gathering it up, and getting your bed together, you both see a piece of paper down in the hay.
I snatch it.
Snatch it, yeah.
Say, is it a treasure map?
You look at the piece of paper, and on the edge of it, it seems to be the corner of a larger document. It's torn, and on the edge you see, like, maybe the corner of a drawing. And then written in common, you see the words "Throne of Bone."
Relevant to your interests.
I didn't.
Okay.
I've been saying throwing a bone to myself for a week. Not once did that pop into my head, Colleen.
Are you sure?
Oh God.
Okay, so
Man.
is there more hay that I can dig through and like more pieces that I can find?
As you search through the hay, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Yeah. 21.
No, you don't really see more paper or anything. All you really find is that a few scraps of rope, some used like oil flasks for lanterns. That's about it.
Okay. Well, I show it to my party members.
Throne of bone.
And I say, guys, Christmas is coming up. Like, here's the list, dads.
Okay. We'll see what Santa can do this year.
Who's Santa?
He is the patron god of bullshit.
Spoiler alert.
And the patron god of
Sorry,
not-
children. This takes some time to learn, so I'm assuming 8-year-olds can know that Santa is the patron god of bullshit.
The patron god of not including batteries.
Yeah. Hell.
All right.
If it was made at the North Pole, why does it say made in China?
The northern part of China.
Yeah. China's large.
Yeah.
It extends up into the North Pole.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So you all settle in.
Yeah.
And you begin to all, one by one, drift off into a sleep.
Nightmares of Barovia.
Everyone go
Yeah.
ahead and make a perception check at disadvantage while you're sleeping.
Oh.
Wow. When you're 16 and a 17.
20 into 1.
Oh,
Hey.
oh, Colleen.
I had my total is a 10.
I got
10?
an 18.
18.
I rolled a 5. So.
Nain, you hear, while you're sleeping, you hear some like rustling outside. And much closer than you did earlier in the evening.
That's not good.
Is there a window in this hayloft?
There is down below, upstairs. Up above and kind of behind you. If you poke your head out, you see a number of wolves.
Are they...
They are running around the pasture. The cattle are being chased, and the wolves are chasing down one of the cattle.
I'll say, wolves are here now! And I'm making my way down the loft.
Okay. By the time you get out there, out front, they appear to have taken down one of the cattle, and it's been dragged off.
God damn it. And they're gone?
No sign. Well, I mean,
Okay.
not from where you're at. Yeah.
Sure. I'm running out to the rest of the cattle and where it looks like they've dragged something off.
Okay. You get out.
Did I wake up when he yelled about the wolves? And
Yeah. You'd have to be an idiot not to. Yeah.
Do I get like a short rest? Was I asleep long enough?
You all got a long rest at that point. It was early in the morning when this happened. You notice as you look off to the eastern horizon that the sun is beginning to crest just a little bit. It's slightly light over there. So as you all get out to the edge of the pasture, you see a whole bunch of the cattle have moved to the end closest to the house and gathered. They look spooked, frightened. They kind of jump at your movements as you walk past them. As you get out to the back of the pasture, you see a large, bloody mess of a spot where this cattle went down, and you see the dirt has been churned up, and then you see the drag marks, the blood, the hide, the fur. You see it all dragged off back behind the pasture, off into the woods. And about the time that you get out there and inspect the mess, Grigsby comes trotting up. They get another one.
Yep.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Yep. We missed him.
He says, fine. He says, would you be willing to see where they're taking the cattle at least?
We'll give it a go.
Thank you.
We owe you for dinner last night.
He says, well, let me get you breakfast right now as well. And begins leading you back to the farmhouse. He says, let's get a good breakfast in you. They're not going to come get another one today.
That's probably true.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And so he leads you back to the farmhouse. And you see that Hilda has already prepared breakfast. It smells wonderful. Pancakes, eggs, grits, fresh milk.
Straight from the cow's teat.
As you're eating, you mentioned the freshness of the milk, and Hab says, "That's a fun story. Should we tell him, Hilda?" She says, "Oh, you always tell this story." And he says, "Oh well, this is how Hilda and I met. We met at a cow milking competition." We were both seated next to each other, pulling away on the udders. I've never seen someone handle an udder as well as Hilda. It's amazing.
Oh, man.
She beat me.
Jobs.
She beat me. I came in second.
Yeah, Hilda.
Bet she gives a mean hand job, huh? Work that udder.
No subtlety. No subtlety.
Yeah, he looked over and saw that action going on. He's like, "Oh, I'm marrying that woman."
That's when you put a ring on.
Oh,
Now who's coming second, buddy, huh?
Oh, man.
Okay, moving on.
Milk was a bad choice. All right. So you finish breakfast and head back out to the pasture where you saw all the blood. You did get all the benefits of a full rest, by the way.
Nice. Yeah, that's
so
convenient.
Make sure you track that accordingly. You begin making your way down the path out into the woods. The trail that was being left starts to fade a little bit. Go ahead and make survival checks as you all begin to try and pick up the trail away from the pasture.
8.
9.
9.
Not our strong suit.
Y'all.
I don't know. We
There's
don't see
blood everywhere. You see it as you go down the path. So you continue following the path and the trail. You can see the drag marks, the hide, the blood. Though for some reason it's really hard to follow. You all manage to leave it, pick it up, leave it, pick it up. You just keep finding the path over and over again. So you travel for about 30 minutes, give or take. And you begin to come to a clearing where you see in front of you a large rock pile that has in it some sort of cave entrance. As you turn around and look back towards the farmhouse, you really can't even make out the smoke from the kitchen's chimney stack anymore. But there's a small cave entrance. It looks like the cow has been dragged into this cave.
Okay. Hey, look, it looks like the cow has been dragged into this cave. I say to my companions.
Around the outside of the entrance of this cave, as you continue to approach, you see blood, bone, hide just scattered everywhere. There's a lot of animal prints in and out. Lots of activity here.
Well,
What
Any
time of day is it?
cool-looking
It's still early-ish in the day, right?
Yeah, like first thing in the morning. Like you had enough time for breakfast and then left.
Okay.
Yep.
I will. We're standing at the precipice of the cave. Yes.
Kind of in the clearing near that cave entrance, but yeah. Yep.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cast light upon my shield, and I'll be like, "Let's check out this cave, dudes."
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. As you begin to press forward, the cave narrows from about 10 feet wide at its entrance to maybe 3-4 feet wide as you get down there.
So single file.
Single file. It's about 30 feet before you make it to an area where the cave widens back out to about 20-30 feet again. Go ahead and make a perception check. If advantage if you can see in the dark. Well, sorry, Grower's got his shield. Everybody gets advantage.
Nice.
And this is a perception check?
Yep.
Ooh, I needed it. 18.
18.
13.
13.
I'm in the back, so.
Yeah. The two in front, you see arrayed in front of you, kind of sleeping gently, several wolves. And you hear movement and kind of see shadows moving off further down into the cave. There's an unknown amount of wolves in this cave.
Tight. You want to fight them? Because I want to fight them.
Yeah, we should sneak up on them, though.
I was going to say I was going to shout loudly and run straight for them. So we have kind of opposite approaches here. I like the contrast.
All right. Yeah, so you guys are just gonna run in there? You got a plan? Like, what's the plan here?
I'm like,
what would you like
rage.
to do next?
Here's
My
what
friends
I
are
would
dead.
say.
I saw the wolves, so I'm gonna go kill them.
Okay.
Here's what I'd say. Let Bones sneak in and kill as many as she can without waking the rest. Once they wake, let's run in.
Okay. I like it. That's more tactical.
Yeah.
That's why I was the general of the army.
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay. So are you two gonna hang back?
Yeah, we'll listen for sounds of struggle, but stay far enough away that.
Should we establish a signal? Caw.
When I hear wolves and I hear you screaming, I'll know that I should probably come help
That's
you.
a good signal.
But we can
I think that's gonna be a pretty good indication.
This room. We can see the sleeping wolves that she's gonna kill.
Yeah, because of Nane's shield. So as she moves forward, you could move forward behind her.
Not sure what kind of control I have on that, but can I dim it a little bit so I don't wake them up?
I mean,
or point it the other way a little more.
Yeah, you could just like when you point the flashlight off to the side and not directly on the thing.
Reflect it off the wall.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. I do imagine it like a giant spotlight. All right. So Bones.
Our God is an awesome God.
As you move forward, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh my god. All right. 14.
14. Hold on one second.
I rolled a 5.
I should have had some stats up. I did not have some stats up. He's at disadvantage, though. Oh, yeah. Okay. You had a 14?
Yeah.
He had a 9.
Oh, good God.
Nice.
So you sneak up on the first wolf. Go ahead and roll a sneak check.
Nice. Uh, 13.
Just hits. So what's the damage? You need to roll better on this than the next one. You are right on the edge of all this right now.
Yeah, the last rolls have been a little shitty. It is 6. 1 second. 19 damage.
19 damage, yeah. So as you move incredibly silently up behind the sleeping wolf, you raise up. What weapon are you using?
My rapier.
Your rapier? You raise your rapier
Yeah.
up and surgically drive it straight through the wolf's ear, through its brain, and out the other side.
Hot.
The wolf doesn't move. It doesn't make a sound. It just
Is
stops.
there just like a big squish sound?
It just stops breathing, and blood begins pooling under its head.
Nice. All right, I turn to another one.
So the way they're arranged right now, the one you killed would be here. There's another one here, and another one just behind him over here. Okay. Let me draw a quick image. I have an image, but we don't really need a map for this. We're just not gonna.
Fair enough.
So this is kind of the situation you have going. Can you see?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So the red one's the one you just killed. There's another one back here, and another one back there, and then it opens up into this bigger room.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Tight.
sneak to the next one.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth.
19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah.
That was incredibly bad. Yeah. He has no idea you're there. Go ahead and roll a sneak attack.
That's also a 19.
You hit.
And that is
Laser beam just come out of your room there, Mikey.
Yeah.
Please be.
Come here, bud.
That's for 11 damage.
For 11. You falter a little bit this time, but you still manage to get the blade into a killing blow. This time up underneath the jaw, into the brain, out an eye socket.
Cute.
And you pull it back out.
Nice.
Want to try and go get a third one?
I want to try for the third one.
All right.
Oh, it's a 26.
Yeah, you sneak over there.
I hit him.
Yep, try for that.
14.
14 will do it.
Nice. For 18 damage.
Yep. 1 second. Sorry, I'm getting you a picture of the rest of the thingy here.
Stabby, stabby, stab.
I got a cat.
Meow.
That's a cute cat.
Laser bee.
Yeah, he's a good cat.
He's a pretty good cat.
Okay. You sneak up behind the other one, and just like the first one, just like it's nothing, just drive the sword through its ear, back out the other side. The wolves never move. They just stop breathing.
And as I'm like up on these wolves, do they seem any different from regular wolves? Is there like a particular quality they all share?
These
or are they
ones-
just usual wolves.
No, they have dirty gray fur. They seem well fed. They're not skinny. They're incredibly stocky, strong. And as you look around the rest of this room, because you've reached the end of what would be the mouth of the cave, you see more wolves spread throughout the larger area of the cave. 3 that are very large. And through the middle of this cave runs a small river with a stone bridge going across. And some rocks in the room, breaking up your view. You're unable to see behind them. The 3 large dots are the large wolves. The little dots are some more wolves, just like the ones you've already seen.
Okay.
You're standing essentially on that
Bones.
red X right now.
Sure. Bones is gonna put her rapier away and take out her silvered short sword.
Okay.
I signaled to my buddies to catch up to me.
Okay.
And I point
You
out
scream?
at the bad guys.
Yeah, what was the cue?
The cue was you were going to scream, and I was going to hear wolves, I think.
Yeah, that was what we decided. That's unfortunate. Instead I caw. I do a gentle caw.
I
And I
look at
hope that you
Nate.
guys
What's
get
caw
it.
mean?
You make
I
a
have no idea.
You make a cacaw.
Yeah, just a
Maybe there's
tiny-
crows in here.
Oh no, I can handle wolves, but crows are the bane of my existence.
Oh no.
The damn crows.
As you cacaw, you hear as one of the large wolves kind of stirs from sleep and looks up, and you notice he's staring straight at you.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boo!
Everyone roll
Now, how
initiative.
dark is it? Wait, how dark is it where I am?
It's like so
I
dark.
mean, it's
Is there
dark.
light in this cave?
The light source currently is Nane's shield.
Roar.
Grower shield.
Grower's shield, sorry.
That's okay. To make up for it, I got a 20 on the die.
Wait, what am I doing?
Initiative, friend.
Oh, shit. Hey, 19.
Grower had a 19. Nane, what'd you get? You had a 20?
21.
21. Bounce?
9.
9. All right. Hold on. I need to create like 8 initiatives here. Hold on.
Oh God.
I'm going to grab a beverage.
Okay. 17, 6, D1, D2, D3, W1, W2, W3, W4, W5.
While Trey's doing this, I will remind everybody that we are doing a follower giveaway. Once we reach 100 followers on our Twitch channel here, we're going to give away a 5th edition player's handbook and a full set of dice. So if you want to be entered into that, make sure you go ahead and give us a follow up above. And you'll be, once we hit 100, we're going to draw randomly and send that PHB and dice out. So if you want that to happen sooner, make sure you have all your friends that watch us as well. Make sure they're following.
Yeah. Get this stuff out of my house. 10, 7, 5, 4, 2, 4, 2. Okay, I got them all. This is going to be Groar. Or, no, wait, no, Nane. Fuck. Nane. Groar. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. This is just what real life D&D is like.
It is. Are we not supposed to do this like real life? I'm confused.
No, it's perfect. I like it.
All right, good.
Lots of sitting and thinking.
There is lots of sitting and thinking in real life. Welcome to real life, where you sit and think. Sitting and thinking simulator.
There's a kitty outside in my driveway, and I said kitty, and it just looked at me.
Aww.
I hope Beams doesn't see it, because then they're going to meow at each other a lot, and that'll be annoying.
Meow. Meow.
Oh, he's so cute. He's like flippy, and now he's running away.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
You say go get him.
Kitty. I was going to go get him. But
Yeah,
then
you
I
should have
mentioned-
put him on the stream. He wanted to be on the stream.
And I got to do this, so I couldn't really go get him.
No, I
And
meant
got
the
this
kitty
kitty.
wanted to be on the stream. The cat is clearly more
Yeah, we
important than
let-
you being here.
We let you go get that kitty to show him.
Look, I'm sure Laserbeam would really love me walking in here with some random cat. About as much
Sure.
as that random cat would like me pulling it into this tiny space with another cat.
Sure.
It'd be great. You can see it on the
Nope.
webcam. That's how we'll get
Nothing-
famous.
Yeah. Cats fight each other while Mikey plays D&D. It's perfect.
Bearded idiot causes cat fight on D&D stream. I can see the headline now.
That's
In
what the name of the
12
GIF
foot by
will be.
12 foot room.
That's how you'll search it out on Giphy. Bearded idiot cat fight.
Yep. It's just me.
Yep. All right. So as you all enter this cave, Bones has slain 3 of these wolves. You hear as Bones notices one of the 3 dire wolves, the one closest to you, off to the right as you enter the cave, staring her down. Name.
Oh, good.
You hear Bones. You hear Bones. Caw-caw!
I said it was a gentle caw.
Sure.
I did
So you hear Bones. Caw-caw.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will move up to her with my axe out.
Okay. It's about 30 feet to Bones from where you're at right now. Let me double check.
Okay.
Hold on, let me actually double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Well, I have 35 feet, so I'm going to go 5 feet past her.
Okay. All right, you go past her. 10 feet in front of you is a small body of a small river that you hear rushing past. You can see about 10 feet down from there. There's a stone bridge that goes across the river. The river is approximately 5 feet wide. At places, at other places, it gets to be about 10 feet wide. The dire wolf that hears you, that is staring Bones down right now, gently growling under its breath, is on your side of the river, just past the bridge.
I'll yell at him. Ah!
Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I like it.
Trying to
like
goad some of his attention.
Well, yeah, but now you just woke up all of them.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, we're gonna fight all of them. That's
You
the
had
plan.
your fun. Now it's my turn.
Yeah, I don't know what your plan
As
was.
you
but my plan was to fight 'em all.
Bones
As
is
you
like,
yell.
this is not proper sneaking.
as you yell, you hear other movement begin to pop up. You hear like rocks kind of shift, and you hear other growling start across the room.
Oh, good.
Yeah. This wolf is approximately 20 feet in front of you, on your side of the river.
Bring it.
Okay.
Well, that's my turn. I moved my distance.
All right. Gror.
So, can I see the little map again? And
Yeah.
approximately how many feet is it?
So you guys were like back down here ish.
Okay.
Hold on, I can't point. Like you were like off the map back down here. So it's about 30 feet to get to where Nain and Bones are, which is about by this red X.
Gotcha. Then I
will...
will...
yeah. So yeah, just for visualization, there's the river. Big dot is the wolf that is staring you down.
And he's about 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna dash then for my action,
Okay.
which gives me 50 feet of movement.
Okay. Whoops. Whoa.
And I want to move as close as I can to that big wolf.
The big wolf. Yeah, you can get essentially 5 feet from him. You're just out of his reach. He's just out of your reach.
Then that is lovely.
Boom.
Wait, maybe I have a bonus action thing that I can do. I think I do have a spell that's a bonus action. Yeah, I'll cast... I think it's Spiritual Weapon. Yes, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon, a 2nd level spell. I create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for the duration, which is a minute. When you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against the creature within 5 feet of the weapon. On a hit, the target takes damage equal to 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. Okay, so yeah, so I make another hammer just appear in the air.
Does it look just like the hammer in your hands?
It looks exactly like the hammer in my hands, except it's like glowy and kind of magical because it's a spiritual weapon, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
With it. Oh, but I miss with a 9.
Does it? Hold on, let me double check. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yep, but then as a bonus
it
action
totally
on my
does.
turn, I can move it and repeat the attack for up to a minute.
Oh, okay.
And that's all I got.
All right then. He goes. Having
Big boy
just
right in front of me.
Yeah, having just been kind of batted at with a spiritual hammer, he gets up, moves towards Gror, and bites at him.
Bite.
Oh, for a 9.
No.
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 He bites. He's kind of sleepy. He's sleepy. Another wolf across the cave gets up, and you hear him making his way towards you, towards the group, He makes his way onto the small bridge, doesn't make it further. The other direwolf, he did hear the yelling, got up, made his way. What is his speed? Double check. Oh. Oh. He makes it to Gror as well, being the one closest to the bridge at the moment. He got a 6. He also is sleepy.
Yeah. Lucking out.
Their movement, by the way, is 50 feet.
Nice.
They fast because they big.
They're wolves.
Yeah. Bones.
This is a cat.
Laser beam.
Kitty. Oh.
He liked that. Yeah,
Sorry.
he liked
Distracted.
this. No, it's a kitty.
I want to get up to the big guy.
You can get to the big guy.
And I have a bonus. Oh, I can just with my speed.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, he's only 20 feet away from you.
And who's with him right now?
Gror.
Can I flank?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was
Nice.
trying to decide if you could get around him to do it, but yeah, you can.
All right, that is gonna be 25. I'm guessing that hits.
That
I hope so.
definitely hits. Otherwise,
I really hope
otherwise
so.
we have new problems.
Yeah.
These guys are worse than Strahd.
Yeah.
Strahd wolves.
Well, Strahd's AC isn't really what makes him scary.
Just command of all
That
the
is.
things.
Yeah, his spell slots are and his legendary actions.
Those legendary actions were rough.
I totally cheated when I watched the stream and I just Googled the Strahd stat block so I could like watch how Trey used the powers as he was fighting us.
Watch me screw him up once. Yeah.
You did. I called you out on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
It was a passable screw up.
It was a passable screw up. My math was right.
It
I said the wrong thing, but I did the right math.
You just
so.
yeah.
That was 12.
12? Yeah, no worries. Sorry, we were discussing last game. God, Colleen, get with it.
Just like D&D in real life where we go on tangents in the middle of somebody else's turn.
You did 12 to the guy in front of Mikey.
And I know that like silvered weapons are really for werewolves, but I didn't know if having it be a silvered weapon made any effect on this dire wolf.
Doesn't really have any extra effect on this dire wolf.
That's fair.
That was a good move though.
Yeah, no, smart. I like where your head's at. You immediately were like, oh, God.
Get
Well,
the
I
silver
have this
weapon.
silvered weapon, and I've never really been able to use it on anything yet. And I was like, oh, let's do it.
I'm kind of glad they're not werewolves actually.
that would be a massive
with
bummer. All right, so
Yeah.
you run up, and are you screaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Of course you're screaming. You walk up and screaming, ah! Just like start stabbing your rapier into this dire wolf, and he
Short
begins. Oh, short sword. He begins.
It's a silver short sword.
Oh, right. He begins bleeding profusely from around his front area. It's hard to see. It's hard to see though because their mouths are just covered in blood already.
Around his front area.
Around his
Yeah.
front area.
His face, his chest, like his legs.
Front area. Get with it. All right.
Front area. Like
More
the entire
wolves.
front surface.
More wolves get up and make their way towards you. 2 of them don't make it there.
Does that come like halfway down its back? Like everything from the middle of its back forward? It's the front.
The other dire wolf also doesn't make it there yet. Nain.
So can I move? Because there are now wolves like backed up at the bridge, right?
There is 2 wolves standing on the bridge and 3 wolves just the other side.
I want to move to our side of the bridge, kind of block them from getting over.
Okay.
Is there one that I can hit if I stand there?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Well, I'm going to rage, and then I'm going to swing at them.
Swing at him.
Swing at him.
I'm going to do my thing here.
I'm reorienting the map in case anyone has questions.
Okay. A swing of my axe. Where is it? Where are we at? Jeez. Okay. Swing of my axe. 23 to hit.
23 hits. And you're just hitting one of the regular wolves at the moment.
Cool. Almost max damage. 17.
17. Yeah, as you swing at this first wolf with your axe, whoosh, you just it just collapses and just falls to the ground, broken, a bloody wreck under your axe.
Nice.
Nice. Do I think I have...
You should have another attack. I was going to say,
yeah.
You should have another
If you're
attack.
5th level, yeah, I'm pretty sure you get 2 now.
Okay. Well, then I'll swing it again. Is there another one I can hit still?
Yeah, there's another one basically standing right behind him.
Okay,
you definitely have moved to take a 5-foot step, yeah.
Perfect. Ooh, it was almost a 7 on the die, but it rolled to a 15 for a 22.
22 still hits.
For 6 plus 5, 11.
11? Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not nearly as devastating as the first one, but this one you just whoosh, your axe kind of stays in his flesh and you this turn, but you drive it in there and your blade gets in far enough that you just stop its heart. It's dead.
Nice.
Oh. These are like the regular wolves.
Yeah.
Gotta focus the ads. Focus the ads.
Gror, you're up next.
All
There's a dire wolf in front of you and a dire wolf on your left, both biting at you.
Okay, and I'm flanking with the first one that I ran on, right?
Yep,
with
because
Bones,
Bones
at
is
the moment.
behind him. Yep.
She's still there. Perfect.
Yep.
Then I will swingeth upon that one
Okay.
for 19 to hit.
19 hits.
I'm pleased by that. So he will take 12 damage.
Okay.
And then I'll use my bonus action to swing the floaty hammer. Oh, but it misses with an 11.
An 11? Let me double check, but I think yes. Yes, it misses.
And that's not ideal. If we're still flanking and that one's still alive, I will stay right where I am and let this other one just bite me.
What was your damage on the hit?
What did it? 12. It was 12 damage on the hit, and then the floaty hammer missed.
Okay. Yeah, so that first wolf, the one that first woke up, he's looking incredibly hurt as he's now been stabbed in the back with the silvered short sword and smashed in the face with a warhammer.
Okay. Yeah. Not a good day for that wolf.
Not a good day for that wolf. It's his turn though. And he meekly tries to bite at you. Yep. For a 16?
No,
I didn't think so. So yeah, he fails to bite at you. Is that all he's fucking got? Oh wait, no. Hold on, wait. Let's try this one more time. He gets one more roll.
He's also 14th level.
Yeah, no. He didn't get it then. No, if there's more than one wolf ally with the wolf, he gets advantage. But even the advantage did not help him. He is just a failure at everything he does, much like the dungeon master. D2 goes. The other one next to you bites at you. The one that's on your left. He crits.
Uh-oh.
And that's gonna be for this times 2. It's 8. $14, $16. Make a strength save for me.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. That's 11.
11. You don't make it. So, as the first wolf bites at you, and he has your attention. As the second wolf kind of blindsides you and bites into you, he sinks his teeth in hard.
Nice.
Whips his head back and forth a little bit, throws you to the ground as you're knocked prone.
Oh,
dang.
Sure.
Nice.
And you take 16 damage.
Choice. Good slam. Do I move, or does he just slam me down where I was standing?
He just slams you down where you're standing.
Gotcha.
No bite.
No bite.
No bite.
Bones. Next to you, one of these dire wolves gets a hold of Gror, whips him around, throws him on the ground.
Don't let that
I
happen.
attack him.
The one in front of you, you're still flanking with. The other one is the one that grabbed him.
Oh.
There's 2 wolves. So there's one directly in front of you, and there's one kind of in front of and on your right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does the one that's not the one that has him like still have him?
No, he's essentially bit hard, threw him on the ground.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna hit the one that's in front of me.
Okay.
Ooh. 27.
27 hits.
$19 piercing.
Nice.
Woo! That's a good hit.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you see this large wolf form. And it's large. It's bigger than you. I don't know if I accurately described this to you. This wolf is the size of the wagon that Grigsby took you to the farm in. He's big. But as he's snapping towards Gror, you drive your short sword into its back, right behind its shoulder blade, the tip of the blade going through its lung, touching its heart, nicking an artery, and as you pull it back out, the blood just rends from the wound as it...
Does it cover me?
Yeah, oh yeah, you have like half your face is all just covered in blood as the corpse of the direwolf heaps to the ground next to Gror.
Say something badass, Bones. Say something badass.
Zoom. I don't know.
Yeah! Nailed it!
Zoom! Laser beam approves.
One of the wolves crossing the bridge runs directly into Nain and tries to dodge past him. Go ahead and make an attack of opportunity.
Oh, this dude's gonna.
Oh, you said the thing. That's the thing.
I said the thing. Oh my god!
Oh, 20!
20! Oh, you hit him.
Oh, fuck yeah, I do. Do I have another 12? Oh. 24 damage.
24 damage. Yeah, as this wolf tries to dodge past your feet, you kind of notice, whack! You just like whack-a-mole. Just nail this thing on its head.
Off with its head.
You drive its head down into the bottom of the cave floor, and it's just wolf body mush.
With my axe.
With your axe. It's not even a hammer. Yeah.
Broadsided
Smashed.
that motherfucker.
Yeah, it took you by surprise. You didn't get a square hit, but it killed him.
But I got him.
Yeah, dead. That leaves only dire wolves alive at the moment. One on the side of the bridge with Bones and Gror. One on the other side of the bridge.
Nice.
The other one on the other side of the bridge goes. It runs straight up to Nain and attempts to bite.
You gonna bite?
Oh,
Careful, they will throw you to the ground. Also,
What's the, yeah, what's the distance on the pack tack? It's 5 feet now. 13?
No.
Womp, womp, womp. Yep. Nope. He tries to bite at you, but misses. We're back at the top. Nain, this dire wolf just appeared in front of you trying to cross the bridge.
All right.
You're good.
So I'm going to hit him. I'm going to try. 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Okay. So he's going to take, not much, 10 damage.
10 damage. Yeah, okay.
And my second attack, even better, 18 plus 7, 25.
25. That's the hit?
Yep.
That'll hit.
I minned it for 8 damage.
Womp, womp, womp.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to use my Battle Rager armor.
Okay.
When you're wearing spiked armor and are raging, you can use bonus action to make one melee weapon attack with your armor spikes against a target within 5 feet of me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is this the first time we've done this?
This is the first time I've used it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 15 on the die.
Nice.
So
you got him.
22.
You got him.
Yeah. All right. So it's a D4 plus 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Nice. So, just to paint a picture for anyone who doesn't understand exactly what happened here, Nain, in his massive rage, runs up, whack, whack, and then you either just like drop or sheathe your axe really quickly and grab this wolf and pulls himself into it to drive a spike, the wooden spikes of his armor, into the animal.
That is a naughty hug.
You naughty hug. Naughty hug. Gror.
Bad hug.
You still have the one that threw you to the ground is still alive, but you watch as the other one heaps to the ground as Bone deals him the killing blow.
So it's half my speed to stand up.
Yep.
Which is whack, and I can go on a nice rant about that.
Does that trigger an attack too? Standing up. That's 3-5. That's 3-5. It does.
It doesn't
okay.
anymore. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Then you're good.
So I stand up for my right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. And I will turn to the one that just fucking threw me on the ground.
Yeah.
We're gonna swing at him. Pretty sure that's gonna hit 24.
24 hits. Yeah, that hits.
But I got shit damage, so he will only take 6 from that one.
Okay.
And then I'll use my bonus action to attack with the still floating magic hammer.
Yeah.
And wow, I've missed every time. That's a 1 on the mystical hammer.
Mystical hammer.
It's you.
Mystical hammer. Yeah.
Mystical hammer is just like happy to be alive, man.
I still have like 12 feet of movement left, however you want to deal with that. 12 and a half feet of movement left, so...
Where do you want to do? How do you want to move? You could essentially move... So based on where you're at right now, you could move up behind Nain, or back around behind the wolf would put you in the river. From your position, you kind of recognize that the river's probably about 3 feet deep.
Is there a way that he can flank with Bones on this?
My goal was to get into flanking position. If I'm not flanking, at least set up flanking for her. Traveling just around the wolf.
You could go stand into the river, but I'd have you do an athletics check to make sure the river's current doesn't knock you over.
How about I stand like right next to the river?
Yeah,
not in the river.
Yeah, I mean, you could stand next to the river. Yeah. It would just change the image of flanking in my head. Yeah. So, yeah. It would turn his...
Is there a different straight line I can draw somewhere where I'm not getting moist?
So, all right. All right, so you have to imagine it as... So, like, here's the... Oh, God damn it. Okay. So, here's the guy... Here's the guy you guys were fighting. Right here. This one.
Okay. Yep.
You're right here. And so, Bones is over here currently. This is the dead one. So to be behind him would put him in the river. So I was thinking you had to be behind him. So what I think you're saying is be like here, right next to the bridge, and then Bones comes up the other side, and the monster turns. I didn't think about the fact the monster could turn, so I'm an idiot. Is really what I'm explaining. That entire explanation is to explain that I'm an idiot. So yes, you may do that.
Cool. Yeah. Then I'll just scoot over by the bridge, and that's all I got.
Okay. Cool. He goes as you're moving. He tries to bite at you.
No bite.
Does he have friends?
Bite
he has no close by friends. But he crits.
Hey.
Again.
He's biting me.
Yeah. Make another strength save. Fuck.
All right. Maybe I'll do better this time. Nope. Did worse. That's a 10.
Oh no. Oh, that's 12.
He just really likes to taste a dwarf.
21. So. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry.
21 damage?
21 damage. And he picks you up and throws you back to the ground again. Exact same thing over again. He's mad. He's mad. You're killing his friends. He's pissed.
He better be. That hurt a lot.
Yeah. He maxed his first damage roll.
I hope that doesn't happen again.
Oh man. Damn.
We might be putting another ghost on the screen this week.
Yeah, shit, that's unexpected. This is supposed to be easy. Bones.
I want to go try to fuck this dude up.
Yeah, you can get right behind him if you go next to the river.
Okay.
But he won't be flanking.
But he will turn.
But he will turn. He already did, actually.
18.
18? Yeah, that'll hit.
I don't think you get sneak attack, in case you were wondering.
No, she does, just because Mikey's nearby. But
isn't he prone?
Yeah, I just got knocked down.
Oh,
get up
yeah.
again.
Yeah, you're
never
right.
gonna
No,
keep
you're
me
right.
down.
Yeah, you have to be engaged.
Okay,
Anyway,
hold
yeah.
on a second.
Sorry. Yeah, good call. We
All
didn't
right,
do that.
that's
We didn't do that.
9.
We didn't do that last time, to be fair. So you were doing it right based on
Whoops.
last time. Anyway, continue.
9 piercing.
Nine piercing damage? Yeah.
You still stab him real good.
Yeah, you still stab him good. Still get him good. Yeah. So you stab him, and he, as you're piercing, you kind of like hit his spine and knock out a piece of his spinal cord. And you notice his back leg starts kind of twitching funny.
Oh no.
Cool.
The one that Nain is fighting goes. Biting at Nain. For a 1, he just, no.
Nice.
Nain, you're up.
Swinging the axe at him.
Swing at X.
25
25 hits.
for 10 damage.
10 damage. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So as you swing your axe, again, it's not like devastating hit, but you hit him in just the right way that you see the wolf's eyes just kind of relax. They're no longer looking straight forward. They relax, they droop down, and you feel the weight of the animal fall off of your blade and slump down into the river off of the small wooden bridge, or small stone bridge.
Can I move to the other one?
Yes, you absolutely can. You'd be on his side, unless you wanted to stand in the river, in which case you'd be on the other side.
Well, he could turn.
It turns. Yeah, he turned already.
Cool. I'm going to swing at him. 23.
23 hits.
Oh, for 16 damage.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking rough now.
And I'm going to armor attack him.
Okay. That armor's so OP.
Ooh, probably not. 13.
Doesn't hit.
Okay. That's it. I yell at him. Rah!
Rah! All right.
Look at me, you fucker.
Next up is Gror. Your son runs up, tries to hug the wolf for some reason.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and cast a Cure Wounds at 3rd level on my damn self.
Okay.
Nice. 14. That's 20 hit points back. I rolled much better that time.
Wow, that's a good one.
And then I will use my bonus action to swing that hammer at the one who just flippy-flopped me.
Nice.
The ghost hammer. Fuck! My ghost hammer is rolling terribly.
Yeah.
Nothing. No.
Come on, ghost
Definitely
hammer.
no on a ghost hammer. 7.
7 does not hit
Ditching that
with
spell.
the ghost hammer. The other one goes. He's remaining focused on Gror, who he's picked up and thrown to the ground twice now. For a 20. Not a crit,
20 hits.
but not a 20, but he got
20
a crit.
hits. I'm glad I healed.
Yeah, right.
Way less damage this time for 9. 9
Okay.
damage, you are thrown down again. Or, well, make the strength save. Sorry. I didn't even have you do that. I'm just assuming you're going to fail it.
No, I did good this time.
Okay.
I hope. 17?
17 makes it. You make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally,
one
So,
down, but you get
so
up.
he bites you. It doesn't hurt as much this time. You can tell the wolf is weakening, and he doesn't throw you to the ground. Bones.
All right. Let's go for it. I'm right next to him, aren't I?
You are. Or behind him.
And now I'm in melee, so you'd get sneak attack.
Yep.
19.
19 hits.
That is for 15 piercing.
15 piercing. Yeah. So, as you drive your blade into the back of this dire wolf, you feel this incredibly large creature just kind of go limp and still for a moment as everything pauses, and you can almost feel the heartbeat of the dire wolf through your sword stop as he falls to the ground. blood spilling into the otherwise clear blue water of the small creek.
Yeah.
All the wolves have been slain.
Damn. Did you kill all of them, Colleen?
I killed a bunch too.
Yeah,
I
yeah. Nain went on a spree.
I just got fucking tossed around.
A lot like last game, Dad.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, me and the little girl got it, Dad.
Good. That was intentional. I was distracting their mouths for you intentionally.
It was a good strat. We won.
Yeah, y'all didn't get bit. I certainly did. Everything went according to plan.
Everything went according to plan. All right. So, as you guys were fighting the wolves, with Gror's shield flashing light across the room over and over and over again, located at one end of the wolf den here, you happen to notice a body.
Is it an elf man?
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Oh boy.
Everybody?
Anyone that wants to check out this body.
I can try. Well, I mean, I only get a moderate plus. 14?
14? Yeah, good enough, man.
I rolled a 2 on the dice, so I got a 1.
Yeah, you're just like, it's bones.
It's bones. No, not bones, but...
Yeah, no, even you're confused a little bit about that.
Bones, how did you...
You do realize that the remains here, Gror, are elvish. You see that the skeleton is missing its entire left arm and right hand. The wolves have been snacking on this corpse for quite some time. His attire, though kind of ragged and torn, it appears to be...
Does he have nice boots?
It appears to be that of an entertainer. And
are his boots really nice looking?
So there are several glass shards around the body. You can find things rotten in a leather pouch, a broken flute, an old black key, and some really, really, really sweet boots. Nearby, you find a rotted out knapsack and a torn scimitar scabbard.
Yeah.
Anyone searching anything else in this mess?
Sure.
I'll be like, well, I guess we know why Hilda never saw this dude again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what do you... Perception, investigation?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check just on like the bones, the knapsack, all that crap on the ground there.
15.
15, yeah. You, in the knapsack, seem to find a potion bottle and a wand. It does strike you as a bit odd, all of you. This is to all of you. It does strike all of you a bit odd that the boots, which are royal blue, knee-high, and have some yellow piping on them, they're beautiful. They are magnificent, in fact. They look clean and new.
Those are some magic boots, I say.
Yeah, and so the potion you immediately, just by smelling and looking at, it's a yellow fluid streaked with black swirls. And it is a potion of speed.
Are we able to identify that, or do
the potion? Yeah, you all can just identify.
You can take a dip.
Yeah, we made that mistake once before. Anyone apparently can just identify a potion. Which
it's an ultra concentrated poison.
Which I kind of disagree with. Like, you can just identify this fluid that you've never seen before. It's cool, but whatever. It's
like any medicine. It has to be labeled.
yeah. No, D&D
I'll toss
was
out
very
the bones, but
that.
here you might get a use out of this.
Bones, did you make a? Did you make a?
Yeah, I want to see if there are any more pieces
perception?
of paper that match the throne of bones.
Yeah. Go ahead and make the investigation perception check.
Wait, are you saying it's throne like chair throne of bones?
Throne of bone.
Like a chair throne.
Throne of bone.
Like it's spelled like the chair, THRONE.
Yeah, throne.
Okay,
bone.
I for some reason thought throne like I throw this. I just now realized that it's thrown like chair.
Throne of bone, you know?
Throne of. And I was like,
Throne of bone.
maybe it's like the part of a sentence.
Like
that's cut off,
you're
we
gonna
don't
go play
know.
fetch with a dog. Like-
Right, yeah, I know.
Exactly.
I got a 16, by the
This
way.
is great. You, in wandering around, kind of in the river and looking around, you find in the stream. You find a scimitar.
Okay.
This is a +1 scimitar. It's very fancy. Ornate scrolling near the hilt on the blade. The hilt has a beautiful looking little rat on it.
Okay.
The boots are in fact called fancy boots.
Fancy boots.
Fancy boots. They grant the wearer advantage on charisma checks, and they will always be clean and dry. And people will probably often say to you, "Hey, those are some fancy boots."
Oh, I want to put them on.
Attunement is not
I
required.
want to put them on.
Is or isn't?
Is not
Can
required.
we each wear one? Can I wear the right one and he wears the left one?
If you want to, that'd be weird. Yeah.
I don't actually want to do that.
I'll fight you for them.
You can have
The wand, y'all are gonna probably need some help with, but there's a wand there as well.
Sure.
It is bronze colored with a blue tip sculpted into the shape of a lightning bolt.
I wonder if it shoots lightning bolts.
I have to find out either the hard way or the easy way.
Blow ourselves up with a lightning bolt, or
The
find
key.
somebody knows what the hell's
You
going on.
found a black key as well. It's odd. It's very odd. It's about 1 inch wide, 6 inches long. It's shaped with a point at both ends.
What are you describing right now? It's about 6 inches long, about 1
a
inch
key.
wide.
A key.
Got a point at both ends. It's black.
It's black. Yep. It's about 6 inches long, 1 inch wide.
Gotcha.
It vibrates very strangely in your hand.
You what? This is not a key that you're describing right
I
now.
like that he just got up and walked away.
This is something else. This is something else you're describing right now. It's definitely not.
But when you look at it closely, it appears to be missing something. There's some carving in it that seems to be made for something. It looks like it slides into something, like some sort of sleeve.
Come on, man.
you're
Are
not-
you shitting me right now?
This
definitely
part,
did
this part, I did not do on purpose. I'm only realizing it now after the fact.
Okay, so the 6 inch long black thing that vibrates that goes in and out of a sleeve. That the charismatic elf guy
I'm
had
really
on.
sorry.
Hi, kids.
I'm sorry. So
This is
sorry.
why we
that
flag
this
it
has
mature, ladies and gentlemen.
happened. So sorry that this has happened. I have so many regrets right now about the last 2 days.
I don't.
this is lovely.
Oh,
just fine.
good lord. Okay. So yeah, that's what you're finding here.
Okay. Black dilder.
At
Got
the
it.
other end of the cavern, not too far from the body, you notice a very large, seamless door made of some weird black material. There is a bunch of symbols written above the door.
Well, I wonder if this dilder is supposed to open it.
Yeah.
Do we see a dilder-shaped hole that I can plug with this dilder?
It's in Dwarven, actually.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
It says, "Dare not enter. Death awaits."
Oh, shit.
I say, yeah, it looks good. It says, come on in, friends. Speak, friend, and enter, is what it says.
The door is 10 by 10.
Oh, my God.
Definitely made of an unfamiliar material, and you feel the arcane power radiating from it. You can just feel that shit.
Well,
material-
on second thought, maybe...
Seems similar to the key that you found on the bard. And you
dildo.
find a hole for it.
I don't know, actually, if I really want to open this. The sign, the dwarven script above said, if you enter here, you die, or what did it say?
Dare not enter, death awaits. Nane would read this as well.
Right, yeah. So maybe we shouldn't open this right away. I feel like there's probably some bad juju going on down here. But interesting that Bard guy had the key.
Everybody go ahead and make a perception check right now.
16.
16?
8, 10.
11.
10, 11. Bones. You're the only one that hears it. But coming from the cave entrance, you hear two fairly small female voices. They seem to be arguing about something. You can't really make out what it is. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
I wonder what two female voices we hear.
These guys.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
So now that we're done, Mikey, will you tell us about what you were talking about standing up, taking half your speed? Go ahead and lay it on us.
Okay, yeah. So the rule in 5th edition is when you're prone, to stand up requires half of your total movement speed. And I think that makes sense if your movement speed is 30, for example, so 15 feet to stand up.
Yep.
Now, the problem is, let's say I'm a monk and I get a natural bonus to my speed as I level up. So now my base speed is 40 or 50. I've got high dex. I have this built-in extra speed. My monk gets knocked over. Why does it cost the super fast monk 25 feet of speed to stand up, but the slow, clumsy human only takes 15 feet of speed for him to stand up? It should just cost 15 feet of speed to get up from standing.
Yep.
And that way, if your speed is lower than 30, like I'm a dwarf, it's even more of a hassle because I'm short and I'm hard and it's fucked up and I have even less speed. If you're 30, it's normal. And if you're faster, it's just still a 15 penalty. And you're not getting unnecessarily hit on for having good speed to stand up. You know?
I'm inclined to agree with this entire mentality because if you think about it from just the perspective of fast characters versus slow characters should cost more to stand. Fast characters
and if you just
should
make it a
cost
flat
less to stand.
15 feet to stand up, it makes a bit more sense.
It adjusts it accordingly.
I agree with you, but I think that it's probably based on not the speed or like how far your character is moving, but the amount of time that it takes. You know, each round is 6 seconds, so a monk is going to move 40 feet in that time, whereas slower characters only move 30 feet.
I can see that.
So if it essentially takes half of your time to stand up, you're only going to move half of your speed.
Now I'm conflicted. Looking at it as a sense of time and not a sense of distance now just totally messed up my perspective on this. This is why we didn't design D&D.
I only say that because I think that might be where they're coming from. I think it should only cost you 15 feet. No matter who you are.
It makes sense because I mean, like, also if you think about it as like a halfling monk versus like a human monk, right? Like they're going to have a different stand speed. Why is their stand speed different than each other? They should be the same. Like,
yeah.
But also, like a super flexible Dexy monk is going to get up a whole lot quicker than a stout fighter dwarf who's like, oh, well, let me go, you know.
Right.
So
it would take less time theoretically for the high speed
Dexy monk to get up. Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this was something that came up independently of this conversation, or if you and I had this conversation like a week or so ago, Mikey. But
Costa had talked about this before. I think Costa might be the first person to propose that as like an interesting point, and I rallied behind it.
Yeah, I don't remember who I talked to about this in the last couple of weeks, but I had this conversation in the last couple of weeks, and I was like,
well, I think
Mikey makes sense.
I think Mikey and I talked about it, and then when you were in town, Trey, I brought it up one night.
Yeah, that might have been it. That might be it. It might have been it. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. A little simple session, a little bit lighter than last time.
We met the Grisbys.
We met the Griswold Bisbees. The Grigsbys. Yep. We met them.
Yep. Just a reminder, if you're not a follower, make sure you give us a follow on Twitch so you can be entered into that drawing.
Yeah, do that. You definitely want to win the PHP and dice and stuff. And yeah.
It's free stuff.
Free stuff.
Trey, what else is coming up on the channel this week?
We missed it last week because I had some obligations. Real life came into play. But we missed it last week. But we're going to have the solution after dark on Thursday, which is we're going to continue working on the Hunter Killer Empty Faces boxes, and then again on Saturday we're going to have the solution at the regular solution. We're going to keep going with the Jasper Flowers storyline. I think we're on the verge of finishing box 4 there, and then are we doing co-op Wednesday?
I want to.
Yeah, we could probably do something on Wednesday.
Okay. Then, yeah, I think we're doing Co-op Wednesday on Wednesday, which is just Zahrt and I and probably Mikey getting thrown in there to play some video games together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
good times.
If you guys watching have any cool, like, co-op or multiplayer video games you'd like to see us play on the channel, drop us a message, send us a DM on Twitter, or just tweet at us. At Attack of Op, and we'll check some of that stuff out.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, make sure you tweet at us. Make sure you follow us. Do all the things. Let us know you're watching. Tell us we're terrible. Tell us we're great. I really don't care what the
Talk in chat.
is.
We love to see people talking in chat.
Yeah. Just hit us up, man. We want to know you're alive. We want to know you're breathing. We want to know you care. Anyway. And with that, we will see you next week. We'll be back at full strength with the entire cast. And we'll see you next Sunday.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.